Afternoon, gang. Okay, so it is Monday afternoon, and hopefully my last day in jail on the main channel. So I don't know if it's going to be in the morning, it's going to be in the afternoon, whatever. But so I'll either be on this channel or on the other one in the morning. But it looks like I'll inevitably be doing the live stream tomorrow night on the main channel. So we'll get back there. So, interesting day financially, I guess, if you will. If you all have taken a look at what the markets are doing today, the markets are getting freaking hammered. And I mean, Dow's been down over 900 points at points today, down in the 3% range. Okay. All 11 S&P sectors are down, okay? Value stocks, financials, industrials, material, energy, I mean, you name it, okay? Pick one. So there's nowhere to run, nowhere to hide today. Bond market's down, precious metals are down. The only thing that's up is the VIX, the volatility index. That makes sense, okay? When the market tanks, everybody gets afraid. But there's nowhere to run. Usually when somebody... when investors are pulling out of stocks, they're going into bonds or precious metals or something. Right now, they're all pulling back and holding cash. And that kind of comes into play with what we've been talking about here for a while, too. When you go to the bank, you want to take a couple $100 out of the bank, and the bank teller says, "Oh, what are you going to do with the money?" None of your freaking beeswax, okay? Because the banks don't want to give away the money either. So why is everybody starting to stockpile cash? That's the interesting thing. Fiat currency. And, fiat can go to nothing in a heartbeat. I'd rather own some sort of physical asset. I mean, silver's down 25 about 25 and a quarter or something right now. So good buying opportunity here right now. Get it a little bit of a discount. Hey, you probably easily buy after premium, silver rounds for under $30. So, good time to jump in if you got a little bit to go after, grab some. But it brings up something, the markets today also bring up something that neighbors of mine have talk about them often. Stopped by the house yesterday, I believe it was Sunday. Maybe it was Saturday. It was Sunday. And they had mentioned they had gone into Knoxville and stopped at Crystal, which is the southern equivalent to White Castle up north. So just so you guys know, you're buying sliders and stuff like that, okay? Same concept of a restaurant. Well, Crystal's always had, just like, other restaurants, your dollar menu at McDonald's or Taco Bell or Burger King or whatever. Crystal's always had, a 5 for $5. You can pick out 5 different things, a corn dog, a couple of sliders, order of fries, a Coke and an ice cream or something like that. There's a bunch of different things on there. But basically it was, their dollar menu. And they've had this for a while. So friends went there yesterday. I figured, okay, they'll stop Crystal to get lunch. Well, the 5 for $5 menu is now 5 for $6.99. Now, $7 from $5, that's a 40% increase. All right. It's certainly not like they made the hamburgers any bigger or the soft drinks any bigger or anything like that. It was like the price has gone up. Then to top it off there, they were charging a 4% surcharge for using your debit or credit card. All right. Now, we all know Visa and MasterCard charges somewhere between 1.5% and 2.5% to retailers for accepting a card. Okay. That's how Visa and MasterCard make their money. All right. They're not the ones collecting the interest on credit card balances or whatever it is. They're the processor. And so that's what they do, is they tack a surcharge onto the to the retailer. Now, the fact that Crystal is adding 4%, that's bigger than the surcharge that Visa or MasterCard is going to charge. So let's even say it's a 2.5% surcharge that they pay. So that means that the store, the restaurant, is charging you, that they're going to keep, 1.5% to use your card. Why? Because that's digital dollars and they want the cash. So, here's another example of hoarding cash, rather have you pay cash. Now, what are you going to do? You got a couple of options. There's literally 3 options that you have if you go get a hamburger here. You can pay the 4% surcharge. You can stop at the ATM and get cash on the way, or you can go to a different restaurant. Okay. Well, all right, you go to a different restaurant. That's fine. It's kind of self-explanatory. You pay the surcharge. That's just agreeing to whatever they're doing. And, the more people that agree, the less chance of them ever stopping doing it. Or you can go to the ATM machine. Now, where's the nearest ATM machine? Is it next door? Is there a fee on the ATM machine? Gee, I want to go, get $20 out. Well, there's a $4 fee or a $3 fee to use the ATM machine. Okay. Who the hell is going to pay, $3 fee? Who is going to pay a 15% fee to get out your own money? I mean, that's what nobody thinks about. Oh, it's only $3. You take out $20. That's 15% you are paying to, for the privilege of getting your own money. So, again, this comes back into the point where I'm going to tell everybody, have cash, have greenbacks in the house, have precious metals in the house. If you can buy it now, get it on the cheap. Like I said, silver's around 25 1/4 an ounce. Okay. But you need to have a couple of months worth of bills worth of cash. Obviously, if you can afford it. I mean, if you're, there's $12 left in the bank account after paying your bills each month, that's not possible. But any way that you can stockpile cash right now is going to be important because, if the market tanks again, and I still stand by what I said at the beginning of the year that we see a Dow under 20,000. The reason the market is supposedly down today, and this is according to Reuters, okay, so this isn't me saying it, this is Reuters news agency, okay, is that new infections surged in parts of Asia and in England, and U.S. COVID cases were up 70% last week via the Delta variant. Now, we all remember what happened to the market last year, when COVID came out in the first place. The market tanked. I mean, we lost something like 7,000, 8,000 points on the Dow, okay? Not a problem. Since then, we've recovered all of that. We've added to it. There's been about, what are we at, 33,000? So there's been about a 3,000 point run up from the previous highs, the highs that we were at when Trump left. So we have gone up from there. Now we're going to pull back. If we go into another lockdown like we did in spring of 2020, when the market tanks again, this time it's going to be worse because you already have a struggling supply chain. You already have food shortages. Now if they go into lockdown, now there's less food, less truckers, less supply of everything. And everybody's going to be holding anything they can close to the vest. So, I know sometimes it sounds like beating a dead horse where we say, stockpile some cash. But we've been saying it long enough. I mean, even if you were putting away $50 a paycheck or whatever for the last year, you've got a couple grand at this point, put back. So you should be in good shape, but, keep putting some cash back. It's going to be important. And when you do it, guys, no hundreds. Okay. Fives, ones, fives, tens, 20s. That's it. Nothing bigger than a $20 bill. Okay, I know it takes up more space, but I don't think any of us has got a problem with having too many $20 bills that we don't have enough room in our house. So, hell, I could stack pennies if I had to. I could find room for it. But, this is what's going on. And, we all know that what the scenario is here, what the ultimate goal is, the World Economic Forum and all that. All right. You gotta take the will away from the people. You've got to crash the economy, et cetera, et cetera. And they're using all this as a reason. We've all heard the stories. Again, this is straight out of the news media and the CDC and the WHO, that the Delta variant is much more contagious. It's just not as deadly, okay? So if it's another bad case of the flu, okay, and again, every year there's a different strain. This just looks like it's going to be 2021 strain, unless, what is it? There's a new one, Lambda, I guess, is coming out. Maybe that's 2021 strain. But if it's used to shut down the economy, shut down Wall Street, that's going to shut down a lot of things. And you're going to need to be able to weather the storm, to have some way to pay for goods and services as you're going on. So, stockpile cash, keep getting your precious metals. Silver's on sale, guys. If you can pick up an ounce or two or 10, go for it. So, but I wanted to give you that this afternoon. I know I've got a few emails about what's going on in the market. That's what's going on. It's the fears of another wave by Wall Street. And again, you all know what the market does. The market prices today are based on future earnings. So Wall Street is figuring that earnings are going to go down for companies because of COVID. So that's where we go. Have a good Monday afternoon. I got a truck to fix. Pinball out.